In this section, or in this lesson I should say, I'm going to show you a little bit about the select section. So let's pull up a picture. Let's pull up the lake. Now if we go to select, we can select all, obviously. That's a no-brainer. Deselect, so if you have a section selected, that's how you would deselect. Reselect. I know, not very hard, huh? Inverse. Now that's what I wanted to show you. So let's grab the magic wand tool and let's try to select the sky area. There we go. So it happened to be that our tolerance was perfect, 75. So now any modifications you do will only be to this selected section. But let's say you wanted the reverse of that. You wanted to modify this other section. Well, rather than using the magic wand tool and trying to grab each section over here, which would be difficult because you have a lot of different colors, you could use the magnetic lasso to do that. But if you just go select inverse, well, now it's selected the opposite section. So in a case like this where it's easy to just select the sky because it's all, in the same color range, then if you inverse it, then you're selecting all of this without having to individually pick each colored section with the magic wand or however else you might do it. Anyway, just a nifty shortcut. Alright, we don't have any layers, but from here you could select all layers, similar layers, deselect layers. Now, let's deselect. Now I want to show you select color range. Now this is interesting. So, see how the eyedropper tool has come up? Well, now, keep this to selection, and if we click anywhere, it's selecting similar colors, or colors in a certain range. And I happen to pick the mountains, so let's basically I don't want the mountains, I want the sky. So I'm going to click up there. Now if you notice, it picked that color range up there in the sky, but left out this little section here and the section below it, which is fine for this case. But I can show you what fuzziness does. See, it brings in more colors in that range until you've virtually selected the whole picture. But I want just that sky section, maybe a little bit of the water, because what I want to do is I want to change the color of the sky. So that's just selecting a range of colors. And you can select your fuzziness to determine how broad of a range of color. And then you can add to it. Click here and you could add a little bit more there. You can subtract a range of colors. So I'm going to go back and subtract. That's pretty good right there. A little bit of the reflection in the water and a little bit, most of the sky. So now I'm going to try to change the color of the sky, give it a little bit of a sunset. So in this case that's good enough, and I'm going to hit OK. Now it's selected those sections. And now I'm going to add a new layer, or actually I'm going to first convert this layer. Let's go to layer. We've already done this. Duplicate layer. And I'm going to convert it. Layer from background. So, there we go. Now, in this layer from background, I am going to add a color in there. Let's add a nice magenta pinkish color. Yeah, that works right there. Alright. Now, I'm going to go, where is it at? I'm going to go to Edit, Fill. And I'm going to fill it with the foreground color, which I already had selected here. We've used this before, this filler. And I'm going to make the opacity 60 instead of 100%. Alright, now if we deselect that, now we see how I've changed the sky picture a little bit. We can see if that's satisfactory by going select and deselect. Now we've added a little bit of color to that sky and a little bit to the lake. So there's one example of using the color range under selection.